Welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is December 21st, 2022. Jingle bells, I'm your host, and here comes Chris.
I'm the Grinch. I hold the podcast from happening.
No!
It's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. Working hard, not hardly working.
Oh, God, man, this holidays.
We're here to podcast. Yeah,
This holidays,
I'm
man.
glad we got to do one.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so we didn't podcast last week. There were a couple of news to cover. We're gonna cover them today. I hope that that Chris's internet can actually last through the podcast today because it's kind of wavy right now. But yeah, so it's just been a lot of here and there, just trying to get things going and everything like that. I know this is gonna be one of those podcasts, isn't it? Anyways, but yeah, it's just been holidays here and there, trying to get things going for everybody. Merry Christmas if you're listening to this podcast by Christmas time, and hopefully I'll get my co-host back at some point today, if it works. If not, we're gonna do what we can here. Since we're here, we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. Please check us out at professornetwork.com/purifiedpodcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. They have wonderful people to work with. I think I repeat that twice for some reason. I don't know why. But again, Chris, I don't know where he at. You still there, brother? Let's check. Technical difficulties at this late at night usually happens like this. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. Yeah, it looks like he lost internet. Oh, no.
I'm back.
You're back? Oh, God. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I pinky promised the internet did not get turned off. For whatever reason, my computer's just being weird tonight.
Okay, well, we're going to try our best to make sure that we can actually get some podcasts going for both of us here. I already went through the whole spiel of, checking us out of the Professor Network and everything. But
Yes, sir.
As always, the holidays are a little harder to get things going, and we just got a bunch of stuff to talk about last week, this week, and just in general, it's just the Christmas holidays. Merry Christmas, Chris. It's literally just a couple of days away.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, we're right around the corner.
Definitely. So, let's recap. It's been definitely 11 days as of the last podcast. I counted it because I remember when we did the last podcast. So we have some recaps for sure. Plus, the wonderful winter event that's going on right now. I know everybody's already excited about it, already playing it and everything. If you're listening to this podcast a little later than usual, it ends on Friday and then it starts again, the second part. But
Christmas comes twice.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cover all of that in just a moment. But yeah, so Chris, I mean, I haven't heard from you. I mean, I know we've been talking here and there, just because we were getting ready for a couple of things next year, which we'll announce probably later on today. How you been? Go ahead and give me some stuff here, brother. Give me some sugar.
Obviously, haven't been able to play too much since I've been at least this time of year is like really busy.
Right.
But I have been able to play a little bit. It's been nice to, shiny check everything, but not any shinies I'm interested in. Let me put it that way.
True.
We just had the December Community Day, and that was really exciting. Trying to get, more of the shinies you want. I did not get any of the ones that I am low on, but it's fine because there wasn't any shinies I completely missed out on. Thanks to getting that Litwick randomly during one of the raid hours. But I was able to get 2 shinies, and that's all the holes. That's all my haul. I got a shiny Sandshrew and a shiny Hoppip, and I was seeing if the green theme would keep going, but nah, just those 2.
Okay. Any Hondos or anything PvP related or anything?
Maybe PvP. I mean, the only thing that really got me excited is all the shadow Pokemon that I've been getting. The Shadow Onyxes and Shadow Whalmer was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Legit, the first one I got had zero attack, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Also, if we're a little more rowdy, this podcast are more explicit. It's mostly because it's really late at night. So forgive us if we actually, cuss here and there because it's fucking 10 o'clock. Anyways,
Hey, that it's a biblical word. If anything, I'm just being even I don't know. I don't know the word
I'm
for it.
just whatever. I mean, we probably already said it in the podcast anyway. I'm not saying any of that, but however, as for me, I did get community day or community day recap or community day weekend, I guess as we should call it. Really, I'm not really enticing to play, especially when the year wasn't the greatest when it comes to release shinies or new shinies or things that we really
Uh,
needed anyways.
I thought it was pretty stacked, honestly.
Yeah, it was just things that I really never really care. Mostly, I think the only reason and one of the biggest reasons is because I played every single community day this year.
Yeah, and it honestly gets to a point where it's like, do I need 50 of this shiny?
Right, and it's not. I don't feel like actually getting more of the same shiny. That technically all I'm doing right now is just keeping in the box or transferring to home.
Yeah.
So it was more like if I wanted to really hunt something that I wanted, I would have. Dino definitely would have been something, but again, the holidays are really just around the corner, and trying to get presents and things like that really just kind of ate up on my time and everything. So aside from that, but I did go plus most of things for community day. I got one, two. Let's see. Actually, let me count because I don't think I even counted how many shinies I got that.
Oh, you got a good amount.
15 in total for the weekend. I didn't get too many on day one. Got like four day one, and then everything else on the next one. Day one really, I don't really did play. There was especially during the booster shiny during 2 to 5. I didn't even go out really. I was just go plusing most of the day. I got some things that I just randomly got, and I was fine with that, I guess. Day two, I was come here. Looks like Drowsy finally got to me today. I was out for a couple hours during the actual event, so I was just clicking and catching and go plusing the entire way. I did get like 3 more Starlies, 2 more Zigzagoons, a Stuffle, a Hoppit, a Tediors, a Dino, a Rock and Roller, which was actually my favorite of the bunch. Liquids, Sandrew, both versions, and yeah, and then that's about it. I also got a Sneasel, but that's because of the holiday event, so that was like way later. And actually, I got that today,
Ooh,
so kind of interesting. And as
very
for
fitting though.
that's for sure. And as for Hondos, the only one that I can count on that I got it was a Jinx, and I believe was also during field research during the Halloween Winter Wonderland event that we're
That is
going on right
funny.
now. It's my second one, so and unfortunately it wasn't shiny. After that, I didn't really get out of the Hondos. Like just like Rick has mentioned, this whole almost 2 weeks I was just been work or just getting ready for the holidays. Really, it hasn't been that easy getting out, go out and about. There was no real reason to really go out and everything, even through Community Day, because of the Community Day Pokemon's just spawning throughout the whole event or through the whole weekend. I didn't really want to actually, try to hunt for the other ones that were released during the time.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully, and I think because of the events and news that we're gonna be talking about soon, we are going to hopefully not go to sleep tonight.
Sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for the week. But just have more excitement as I come along. So far, the Christmas and the winter and the whole theme holidays have not been super exciting, at least for me. And I don't know if it's just the holiday season or it's just something that the events are just not keeping up with them.
Um, I mean, part of me feels like them splitting it up makes it kind of feel less exciting, like it's not as jam packed, but I understand why they do it.
Yeah.
Because if they did put it together, it'd be way too much to hunt at one time. But it does feel kind of lackluster at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am really excited about all the costume shinies for the second part.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, let's not linger too much on what happened in the last week and a half. Let's just go ahead and talk because technically all this news happened way before Community Day and all that, and we just haven't covered it yet. But let's go ahead and talk what basically part one has brought us until the next few days.
okay.
So, celebrate the season, welcome Shiny Burmite, which is the brand new Shiny having been released in Pokemon Go, Mega Galley, which we knew was coming, and more into Pokemon Go. I think that's also a reason. They gave us the infographic at the beginning of the month, or right before the beginning of the month, and we knew Mega Galley was already there, so we kind of already
Yeah.
knew that that was the case. There was not many excitement after knowing that it was going to be the new Mega. Although a new Mega is still pretty cool, but you know, excitement kind of flew down. Anyways, it's the season of cheer for Pokemon trainers and Pokemon and trainers alike. Part one of the winter holiday event started on Thursday, December 15, and it's gonna end technically on December 23rd, which that also begins part two, which I believe Saturday. So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Huge.
Mega Gali or Mega Gala or Gladi, what do you say it?
I've always said Glalie.
Glalie? Interesting. Debuts in the Pokemon Go and Mega Race. Of course, it can be in Cairo as a shiny. Not the best Mega Ice type Pokemon, but it's another alternative either way, you know?
I think it has a higher attack stat for being a Mega than Abomasnow, but I mean, with how much energy we already have for Abomasnow, it's kind of like, why not just use it? But, to each their own.
It's a Mega. It's the winter holidays. And I think that's the second to or last Mega Ice type Pokemon we have before they release any other one. I don't think there's another Ice type, right? Aside from Abomasnow.
I think it's just those two.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so I mean, Galai or Galade or Galid or whatever. Finally,
Potato.
it got his moment to shine. I only done 2 raids of this, and usually I go a little bit more harder just to get enough energy to Mega Evolve it to level 3, just in case I need an extra Mega to go through. And I'll probably still do it. It's just I really haven't been wanting to spend money in the game either way. So
Yeah.
only every now a couple of dollars here and there, maybe $5 here and there, just doing a couple of remote raid passes. I haven't even bought incubators, which is surprising for me. So it's a grind. It's been a small deterring grind here and there. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. However, the event bonuses was 50% more experience in winning raid battles. Is there a reason why they say 50 more experience instead of just giving double experience?
I don't think it technically is double.
It's not.
I think
It's
it'd be
just
like
50% more. It's like basically a star piece. It just gives you 50% more
yeah.
in that regard. So it's like a raid, like a regular 3-star raid that gives you 7,500 experience instead of like the usual 7, I think. I don't know. Anyways, traders can start up to 40 gifts until the end of the event, so that's pretty cool. Time research, which it's a paid time research, and a lot of people are actually really not happy when it comes to having to pay for a time research most of the time.
Yeah.
So you pay $5 or equivalent price to complete the research. You do a couple of things. It's not difficult to finish, but the rewards are like 2 incubators, 1 incest, 1 Abomasnow, Mega Energy, which we have various of it, various 17 Pokemon encounters. And then just an important claimer that you do have to, if you are going to pay for this research, you have to claim it and actually complete it by December 31st at 8 p.m. local time. If you do not finish before then you basically just wasted $5. So be very careful when actually buying this. You do get a cool post, I guess, for gifting and extension for the mythical witches, whatever the case may be. But again, just be careful. If you are not going to play that much during the whole winter holiday, just don't buy it. Ooh, give me. Okay, yeah, Drowsy's getting to me. Anyways, wild encounter. So we have a brand new Pikachu. Is this a new Pikachu costume or is this
I
something
believe so.
as far as
It seems new.
yeah, it seems new. Swine Up Deliver, which is always a plus. Snow Runs. Seal wearing the holiday outfit, which is the previous one that we had. Snowbird, Vanillite, which is not shiny. Cupchu, and Burmite, which is the brand new shiny of this event. If you're lucky, you might encounter things like a little Vulpix, Stanley wearing the holiday outfit, and Crynogle, which doesn't have his shiny form, so sad there.
Yeah, I keep imagining that he does.
I know, right? We have the the shake up in the egg pool of 7k eggs. If you want to get 7k out of the event, you get Sneasel, Smooshum, Almora, Bermite, and Crabrawler, which is a new Pokemon that was debuted in a couple of days or a couple of
That's
weeks
a
back.
weird mix.
Indeed. Especially because, people are going to go for the Mermaid, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of too risky, in my opinion, to try and hunt it.
That's why I was not really wanting to open the eggs anyway. So, and I had a couple of 7k eggs here and there because I just been trying to stock up on some eggs, but anyways. 1-star race, we got the Pikachu, the Vulpix, Seal, Galeno Darmaka, and Bermite. 3 stars, we have Cloyster, Lapras, Standler, and Glaceon, both of them wearing their holiday outfits. 5-star race, we have Cobalion, which we had this soon.
Man, I haven't even seen one of those yet.
Cobalion?
That's how much I've been working.
So, well, probably, yeah. And then, of course, our Mega Galay. Of course, Cobalion does have his secret move, sacred move, like special move, I guess. Sacred Sword. Guys, you can tell that I'm not like going about it today for some reason. Anyways, field research encounters, of course, we'll have a bunch of Pokemons in the pool. Pikachu, Alolan, Vulpix, Seal, Shelder, Shing, Standler, Seal. I guess Seal and Seal is the same thing anyways. Crabrawler at the end of the day. We also have...
That's a great mix.
Yeah. You can also get encounters if you're lucky with Sneasel and Glaceon wearing their, or at least wearing his holiday outfits. I did get the Sneasel from the research. I did not want another shiny though, so
it's a funny one, man. It always comes out when you don't want it.
I know, right? What? Just give me like Galarian or Hisu and Sneasel. I don't know what would that. About Snow Mega Energy is also available, so it is what it is. And stickers with also a lot of interesting poses and holiday pajama slippers. Just a bunch of other things that you can do for the holiday. And that's part 1. We went a little bit fast because, again, this is something that has been going on for a while. Maybe get a Shiny Berman on stream. That wasn't that lucky. Anyways.
I do want to mention, too, with all the holiday stuff, there's a lot of hype after the Halloween event for it to look pretty. I will say, you can tell from Pure Letter's screen if you're watching stream. The background is gorgeous for the catch screen.
Yes.
But like the actual map is a little bit lackluster compared to the Halloween event. But it may change closer to Christmas. But just a little bit of snow is kind of weird to see in Florida. But yeah, at least they did something. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it's not on par, just like I said, with the holiday event. And the holiday event was just had all the right boxes put on through it.
Yeah.
This one is just
that surprise factor too.
Yeah. And I was kind of surprised also when it changed, the whole winter stuff and everything, but it just doesn't have the same effect, I guess. It could be if they added maybe a couple extra things here and there. But right now the map just looking dark and gloomy, just like any other winter holiday,
Yeah, they could change it closer to Christmas and like have some gifts underneath the Pokestops, but I'm not gonna hold my breath over it. I'm just hopeful.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's part 1. Again, that will be ending pretty soon. But part 2 of the winter holidays was announced just recently. A couple of days ago, so it's actually good that we're going over it. So it's the season to wear your festive best. Eevee and its evolutions will be donning holiday hats in Pokemon Go. If you haven't seen an Eevee with a holiday hat, it's not the first time, and that's not going to be the last time. Anyways.
There's a lot of holidays.
That's a lot of holidays. So Eevee is technically the special custom Pokemon, and all its evolutions will have special custom Pokemon throughout the event. So once again, part 2 will be here starting on December 23rd. So it's actually this Friday. So by the time one ends, the other one begins technically. So it's technically like not even a transition at that point, I guess. Eevee and
continuation, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Eevee and every one of his evolutions can soon be found wearing holiday hats in Pokemon Go. This is also the first time that trainers will be able to evolve their Capchu wearing their holiday ribbon into Bertic wearing their holiday ribbon. So Finally, we'll actually have a chance to evolve the shiny Cupchus. And we got, did I actually get a Cupchu shiny with the? Yeah, I did actually. I got a couple. I got the family now. That's funny though. Anyways, but yeah, so we have a collection challenge during the Winter Holiday event and battle your heart out during the Hisuian Abalok Raid Day. So what's happening again? Eevee with his holiday hat will be shiny in the wild for you to catch, research, and I think also raids. However, though, and just like the Ploppo states, the holiday hats for every other of the Eevee evolutions will only be obtainable through evolution, which actually is a good and bad thing depending on how you look at it. And I think Chris can actually understand why.
I don't think you need all of them. I'm just gonna say that out loud, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. You're talking to the collection part of people right now.
I don't think we need 9, guys.
You need 9 shiny Eevees and hopefully 9.
Just the
9
ones you
really.
want is what I would say.
Oh god. So it's gonna be one of those. Hey, Delibird, shiny? No. Okay. I don't think I actually ever gotten a shiny Delibird out of the 4 years that it's been shiny. Anyways, Eevee once again, and then Beartic.
I've got 3 shiny Delibirds.
All right, ending the stream right now. Anyways. But yeah, so Beartic wearing his holiday ribbon will also be obtainable through evolution. So kind of lackluster when it comes to debut holiday hats, but I guess that's actually good because you don't have to hunt for each one of the evolutions in the wild.
Yeah.
Just the
I mean, it saves you some stress, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Event bonuses, continuing for Winter Part 1, trainers can start up to 40 gifts until the end of the event, and then during the Part 2 of the event, trainers can choose between several bonuses as a reward for their time research. So this time research that's coming on Part 2 is not a paid time research. This is something that you can do for free. And this is what comes true, or will your wish come true, is basically what it's saying. Trainers will be able to branch time research that grants their wish for bonuses that revolve around either hatching eggs, catching Pokémon, or collecting Stardust. Chris has got to get the Stardust. The path you choose will determine which bonuses Syntax will have for the event. And I know I'm talking for you, but still, it's got to be that, right? No matter what you wish, which you pick, all trainers will complete the research, will receive items, and have the opportunity to encounter Galarian Mr. Mime and other winter themed Pokemon. So we know Galarian Mr. Mime is a brand new shiny, also introduced technically to Frill Research, or I guess it was the breakthrough box, I guess.
There was a free way to get it, I believe, but we've only been able to get it a few times.
Yeah. Yep. So Winter Wonderland. So Saturday, December 24th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, December 25th at 8 p.m. local time. Event bonuses: 1 extra special trade per day. And during those 2 days specifically, daily adventure incense will actually, you activate it during those days, will last for 30 minutes each.
Oh, baby.
30 minutes of walking. Oh my god. I can barely do 15 now.
I will say, I probably won't go that ham on it for the whole 30 minutes, but it is pretty exciting that you don't have to stress out about trying to get a Galarian bird for only 15 minutes out of it,
Yeah, and if they do it right, they'll give us a couple of extra boosted chances. Or either encounter or catching it, you never know.
I mean, that's still during an event, right?
Yeah, which is basically the 2 days they technically, you can play. If you really think about it, it's only an hour split out between 2 different days. 25th, usually you are walking around with your friends or family or anything. The same for the 24th. I mean, some people celebrate 24 or the 25th, however you see it. But it's not like you're going to be celebrating the entire day. So if you can spare just 30 minutes of your day to do this and maybe get something interesting when it happens, it's still something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. And then we have
get your exercise.
Yeah, sure. Get the next year rolling around, guys. I mean, I need to exercise now. So a lucky exchange. And the number of guaranteed lucky Pokemon a trainer can receive in trades has been increased from 10 to 15. And starting now, as of the announcement of this blog post, if you trade a Pokemon that has spent time in a trainer's Pokemon storage since 2017, it is guaranteed to become a lucky Pokemon until the limit is reached. This change is permanent and will stay active going forward. Now,
Interesting.
there's a lot of like misinformation when it comes to this, but this is basically how it goes. We know that the guaranteed lucky trades were for Pokemon for 2016, and only if the account has less than 10 lucky Pokemons in total. So basically what's happening is like the players who have been able to play through the entire time, got a lucky Pokemon every single other trade, and have way more than 10 at this point, don't qualify for this exchange. However, though, people who technically got Pokemon from 2016 to 2017 and have not played through the entirety or actually gotten 10 lucky trades in total are qualified to be able to get this exchange happening until they reach the limit, which is 15 now that it was before 10. But unfortunately, for people who are like us, that literally do trades every other time that we can, don't really qualify for this, which is kind of a bummer because I know some people still have some sweat in 2017 they haven't actually held out to. But now that you're looking to look some friends that maybe play Pokemon Go for those first 2 years, and maybe they have something valuable that you want to get and they're not gonna use anymore, this is the chance to look into a good lucky Pokemon anyways. Any thoughts on this, Chris?
I mean, I like that they're doing more guaranteed luckies, but it is kind of weird. Comes out of nowhere. I don't think that's something people were complaining about.
No, but if you think about it, after all this time, there really wasn't much to talk about that. The only time we ever knew about it is mostly when lucky trades were actually introduced, and the guaranteed lucky was introduced for the very first time, and
Yeah.
people went ham. But once one is done, it's done. You don't get that chance, double the chance anymore. It would be nice if they gave us like an extra 10 guaranteed luckies or 10, 15 like guaranteed luckies, and that would actually be kind of insane because people will finally be able to do some, good exchanges here and there. But it is what it is, I guess. How long has it been since we technically had lucky friends in Pokemon Go?
Us?
Jeez.
I remember we've both probably hit it 3 times, I want to say.
Well,
the last time was probably like a year ago, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking, when did they actually introduce lucky Pokemons into the game? Like,
Oh, wow.
I want to say
Shoot, that is tough.
that is tough. I think it's been around for at least 2+ years, right?
Yeah, let me find my oldest lucky. My oldest lucky was July 29th, 2018. So it's been out for at least 4 years.
Okay, wow, that's insane. But yeah, that plus the guaranteed lucky probably was announced probably just a few months after that anyway. So it's been a while. It's been a while since we technically had an update, and we always and pretty much have not have any more 2060 Pokemons at this point because we trade them all away to try to get those lucky guarantees. But still, it has not been fun. I may have one friend that I may be able to see tomorrow that may have some 2017 Pokemons, but it's a long shot at this point. So we'll see. But that's how it is.
Is there a way to search the year?
Yeah, used to year 2028, I think is what it's called. Just type in year 2018.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff in 2018. 218 Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna
left.
say I got a good amount from 2017 actually.
I got left 57 Pokemon or 54 Pokemons left from 2017.
142.
Oh.
Let me see it untraded though.
One of them is my 100% Ursaring or Ursaluna.
Yeah, exactly same. I have 127 that I can still trade.
Well, this was also the first. 2017 was the first time, the first year that they introduced shiny Pokemons with the water event and the magic and everything. So maybe people did play during those days and never touched them again. Shando, Gyarados here and there. Anyways, and then we did talk about the collection challenge is coming. Complete it to earn experience. and encounters with Mr. Mime and an Incest. That's basically it. Then we have the Hisuian Avalok Raid Day happening on Saturday, December 24th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Again, we knew about this from previous information. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. So shiny, Hisuian Avalok is actually, coming on the same day this been released, just like Hisuian February. How many months back? I don't remember this one. It will appear more frequently in raids. You get up to 5 extra additional free raid passes if we spin the gyms. And you get an increased chance of encountering the shiny Hisuian Avalok. So, not bad.
It's a cool shiny.
I just don't like that they did it on that Saturday.
Yeah, it's a rough time.
I may be able to go out for the first hour, but then after that, I think I'm just gonna go and remote everything.
I might need the Poke Genie on like
yeah.
my breaks.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy when to do this, but hey, it is what it is, We do have something to technically talk about after the blog post is over, but they also go ahead and do announce the Pavilion has appeared in Pokemon Go. And Chris, do you know anything about this, or have you?
Okay. I actually found out about it and was able to complete a bit of it after one of my days at work.
Nice. So, Pavilion, or at least Scatterbox, Spua, and Pavilion are now appearing worldwide in Pokemon Go. How does this work? We'll let you guys know in just a few minutes. Basically, what you need to know is start saving up some gifts, and postcards are your best friend when it comes down to this. You'll know in just a moment once we explain the whole feature in the next part of the podcast. One encounters for the winter holiday event. Basically the same pool, but adding Cupchu with their bow and Eevee with the holiday hat. Also, Delibird is coming back with their bow too, so I guess that's a thing. Vasile will be losing his scarf after the event ends, or that's for the switch over to part 2. Also, the Stanler is losing his Jingle Bells, so I'm actually kind of sad about that because I need some of them.
Yeah, the Jingle Bell one just looks so good.
Yeah. Then we have the 7KX, which is the very same pool as before. We're not going to go over that again. The raids adds the Eevee and the Cupchu with their hats. And then in 3 stars, we have the Delibird with the hat. Looks like Glaceon is going to continue being in 3-star raids through the remainder of the year. Then we have actually a switch up in raids. Kyurem will be actually appearing in Pokemon Go. And Kyurem only cut through this time. We'll note its brand new special exclusive move, Glaciate. Trainer battles, it has 60 power. Its move decreases your opponent's attack stat when used. And then in gyms and raid, it has 120 power, which is insane. It's like a Hyper Beam for Kyurem at the end of the day. An Ice-type Hyper Beam.
160 power.
Yeah, in gyms and raids. So
that's going to be...
That's gotta be a tough year. Yeah, that's gotta be a tough year for it. Some people are actually speculating because we don't have all the details on how it's gonna work on PvP. But it is something that may raise up Kyurem into the top meta somehow.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of ice types in Master League.
Yeah, but Kyurem has a dragon typing. Now, of course, it doesn't get things like Spouter Snow or Icy Wind or anything like that. But it has Dragon Breath, and that destroys. You can get to Glacier probably pretty quickly depending on how you use it. I'm excited about this. Also to note, during this announcement, they made, if you remember, Giratina O and A did not have technically the ability to Elite TM their special moves to the previous Pokemon that you had from them. So if you had a Hondo, but Giratina with Shadow Force came out, you couldn't really Elite TM it. But lo and behold, they finally allowed us to, so you are able to Elite TM Shadow Force into any of the previous Giratinas you had before. So that's actually pretty cool, I guess.
It's like you're paying to use Shadow Force early.
And it took them forever, but and then event spawns, once again, everything just changing the holiday ones that we mentioned. Sneasel for again is for some reason still in the rare spawns, which I don't know why. Stickers once again, and then the whole avatars things and everything. The paytime research we already talked about anyways. So part 2, I feel like a little more excitement just because I love Eevee, and Eevee is probably one of my favorite Pokemon.
Eevee is a big fan favorite.
So I'm kind of happy that at least there's something to hunt for in the next few days. But, there are some shinies here and there. There are at least, good eligible Pokemon to actually hunt for anyway. So it's not a bad thing. But it is what it is. Any thoughts on this, Chris?
Yeah, I think like personally as a costume shiny hunter, I'm very excited for this. I think it's pretty loaded in the second half. Uh I don't know what else to say other than send me Avila grades.
Yeah, please send us all of them. I'll definitely be spending some good chunk of money when it comes down to those, anyways. Um, but yeah, let me just go ahead and also mega evolve my starters because I almost forgot about today. I'm trying to get them to level 3
Yeah,
soon.
I'm really bad about keeping track of my mega Pokemon. I'm probably gonna need to do that tonight too.
Definitely. Okay, so next piece of information is actually the Pavilion. So, I guess we should really talk about this now. This was kind of dropped out of nowhere.
It was
It,
random, yeah.
it was probably the most random release we have ever gotten. But I guess it kind of coordinates with the gifting and then the whole thing. So, Scatterbox, Spew, and Pavilion are discovered in Pokemon Go, well, now appearing worldwide. The whole evolutionary line. Now, if you don't know what Vivillon they say it right here, Vivillon. It's called
Yeah, it's the
Vivillon.
evil Pokemon 666.
It's just like the spin dust patterns or the I don't know what's other Pokemon that we have multiples
I
of.
would compare it to like Shellos, where it has regional forms.
Yeah, I would probably compare it just to Unknown at this point. But anyways, not just as rare. Anyways, it's still kind of rare if you think about it. The
Yeah.
scale Pokemon is known for its many different patterns. So technically, it's a butterfly with many different patterns. Trainers can collect pattern billions from all over the world by spinning or by pinning postcards received from trainers, Pokestops, and gyms in different regions. The pinning postcards are eligible regions, unlocks the Pavilion collector medal, and adds progress to the sub-medals associated with the postcard's region of origin. Progression on sub-medals leads to the encounters with Scatterbug. Scatterbugs from different regions will evolve into Pavilion from which different patterns. Will you be able to catch them all? I don't know. It couldn't be scored at a better time during the season of giving. Trainers can reconnect with friends and family by sending them to a full gifts through Pokemon Go. So yes, basically this is whole thing happening, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. Really, there is a button right next to the gift that people send you that you can pin it to your postcard. We knew about this for the longest time, so that's actually kind of interesting. But then after you do it the first time, it unlocks the Pavilion. It doesn't matter what Pokemon or what gift you pin. It's just pin whatever gift you get from anybody, and then you get the encounter. It's just the first one, of course. So Scatterburst, Pio, and Villion, you need 25 candies to evolve to the second form, and 100 candies to evolve it to this final form. We have 18 patterns released into Pokemon Go right now. And I'm sorry if I'm going to butcher some of this. Archipelago, Continental, Elegant, Garden, High Plains, Icy Snow, Jungle, Marine, Meadow, Modern, Moonsun, Ocean, Polar, River, Sandstorm, Savannah, Sun, and Tundra are all the introductions into Pokemon Go. Basically, you go, let me just show you because I can actually show you right here too. And if anybody listening, just go into the website, you'll definitely see here and there. If you go to your profile, your medals and all that, you can see that there is a Pavilion medal now, the Pavilion Collector. This is pretty cool because it's not just, it's an interactive medal, which is, something we never actually seen in Pokemon Go either. But you can see that I have encountered a few of them from different types of regions. I have a bunch that I still need to encounter, but I have been able to at least collect 9 Pavilion patterns of Scatterbug. I have not evolved them yet because it does take candy to do. But I do have them. I have saved them just in case I need to do a special evolution here or there, which I'm actually going to show you right now. Because I do have the candy for at least one of them at this point. However, in the medal itself, you can actually, there is a map, and if you touch the left side where you have the little search of the map, you can actually see the habitat of each one of the patterns. So let's say the ocean appears, in the islands of Hawaii or things like that. Or if we go over to the Middle East, jungle is in Africa. Archipelago is like right underneath in the southern part of Africa or something like that. It just tells you exactly where you can actually get gifts from and which pattern you'll be encountering. However, that's not all. If you go to the actual encounter of the sub-metals of the pavilions, you have a counter of how many you need to encounter before you actually encounter one of the Spua that's going to change into the actual pattern. So I don't have anything for Ice Snow, but I do have almost 15 of the High Plains. Or something similar to that. I'm almost done with a 15 in the modern one, so that's actually interesting too. But you can, once you actually do one of or three of the first sub metal, you get one encounter, and then it goes up by numbers at that point. It's kind of hard at one point, but the first part is really easy. So if I go to Scatterbug, right? That's what it's called, Scatterbug.
Yes.
I have. Let me make sure that I actually write this correctly. I have 15 Scatterbugs, but each one of them can be different depending on which one you're looking for. So I'm going to evolve actually my highest Scatterbug that I actually caught, which has a unique pattern. Oh, I don't actually have all the candies for it. Well, we're going to figure it out. I got rare candies, so might as well spend some since I never use them.
Transfer them all. No.
No, please, no. I would suggest that if you are waiting to catch all of them at the same time, do Mega Evolve a Bug-type Pokemon to get a couple extra large candy and candies for it. I've just, saying.
Yeah, I did want to mention it is possible to back out of the catch, kind of like you can for special research, and hold it in the metal screen.
Yes.
But if you do that, it also won't increase if you pin more gifts.
Correct. You have to make sure you encounter the first one before you go to the next one. However, this will be my very first evolution to Vivillon, which is kind of exciting because I never actually seen one in my own game. So that's pretty cool. Plus, another edX entry. And I don't remember which one is this from. Which pattern is that? I'm trying to figure it out now. I think it's the jungle pattern.
Ooh, yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's mostly because I have friends from South America, friends and family actually, and I do have the ability to get those type of pavilions. So that's pretty cool. I might be able to get more in the future, and it's a 98, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
As for power ups, it's not gonna let me actually power up anything until I get another candy. Anyways, that's pretty cool. We have, I do have some from Japan, which I was able to really get the elegant form. At some point, I'll definitely evolve that once I get more candies because it's gonna take me a while to get all the candies for that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I want to say that additional details to the whole thing is actually just read them in the blog post. But the postcards. I did get a small little update. You can now store up to 350 postcards aside from the 300 we had before. So that was increased just recently. And you can always mass delete the postcards if all you're doing is getting the Scatterbugs anyway, or the Spuas and everything. So not a bad feature. But if you want to save out some cool postcards, don't forget to pin them or save them.
Well, what I do is I pin it and then I unpin it. It still counts.
Yeah, I think it only works for a few times though. I always open the gift, so I'm gonna do a slow grind when it comes down to it. So I'm not gonna rush to it. Some people already completed the medal.
Yeah.
But that's because you probably have friends from all over the world anyways. Or, they planned it out. There are places, actually, parts of Discords, not ours, unfortunately, but other Discords out there, are doing their own, okay, go ahead and tell you where you are, what Scatterbug gift are you going to give, and see if you can get the other ones happening. I may do that, but right now it's really not a priority.
Yeah, I'll do it once I, get closer to the end.
Yeah.
There are some that, I'm just nowhere close to having.
I don't think I have anybody from Ice and Snow, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty cool introduction. Again, was probably the most random introduction into the game we have ever seen so far. But it is kind of cool that they're actually, implementing Pokemons or encounters to features that are technically kind of stale because I never used the postcard aside from maybe one time. Anything on that for you, Chris? Did you ever use it before then?
I've pinned some before, but it was more like if I got a funny Pokestop or just a very fitting sticker.
Yeah, I figure as much, but it is what it is when it comes down to it. So you have more questions about Vivillon, which is again the 666 Pokemon. Kinda evil.
Yeah.
Just let us know. We'll definitely cover some news. And then there are enough information out there. Even Pokemon Go just recently today they announced something about it. So
Or if you want to send gifts.
that too. Thank you so much, Chris.
Or get some from Florida, Archipelago.
Do we get Archipelago?
Yep.
We give Archipelago? Holy crap! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude, Florida's stacked.
I thought we had. I thought we
stuff.
gave Buttern. I don't know.
I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure we give Archipelago.
That's pretty cool. We may, yeah, Archipelago is probably the highest medal I have right now, so that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I do almost have a complete modern 15, but okay, that doesn't really matter right now. Anyways, that's revealing it to Pokemon Go. Somewhat exciting. Seems interesting. Random ways to get it, but hey, it is something brand new in the end of the day.
Something fun, dude.
Yeah. And we have one last thing. And Chris, you can talk about this one. How about that?
All right. Ooh, yeah, I was actually excited for this. So with the year ending, it's not over yet, but with it ending, in January, we got a new community day to look forward to, and it is the community day for Chespin. It is the spiny nut Pokemon, if you did not know. And I think it's kind of overshadowed a lot by the other starters. So I am excited for this new shiny.
Yes.
And it's gonna have the featured attack of Frenzy Plant as Chestnut, of course. You have to evolve it all the way to get Frenzy Plant. The Community Day special research story is going to be Quality Quills. They're bringing back the fun names. Let's go.
Thank God.
And for $1 USD or the equivalent pricing in your local currency, you'll be able to access the Chespin Community Day exclusive special research story, Quality Quills. We still don't know when the special research is going to go live. They said stay tuned for that. And, you can now gift these to other people if you did not already know. Okay, the event bonuses. There's going to be 2 times XP for catching Pokemon, 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive candy extra large from catching Pokemon, 1/4 egg hatching distance, incense, excluding daily adventure incense, will last for 3 hours. 1 additional special trade will be able to be made for the day for a maximum of 2 for that day. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. And you can take a few Snapchats during the community day for a surprise. I always forget. And trades during the event will require 50% less Stardust. So you'll be able to do 2 special trades for the price of 1. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then bonus raid battles after community day. Saturday, January 7th is going to be the date, I believe, it seems, because on Saturday, January 7th, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. local time, you'll be able to raid for Quilladin, and it's going to work the same way that they have for the past few times. The bonuses are going to be, once you successfully complete the 4-star raid against Quilladin, Chespin will appear around the gym that hosted the raid for 30 minutes. And if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. Just do keep in mind that you cannot use remote passes for these. You have to do it with an in-person group. And they will have the same shiny odds as if it was still the calm day going on. There's going to be more stickers. Quilladin is a very Chespin is a very underrated Pokemon. I feel like it's very tough to imagine somebody's favorite starter Pokemon being Chespin. I'll be
Right.
real.
Yeah.
But these
Surprisingly
are some
enough,
cute stickers.
yeah,
Hmm?
that's for sure. Surprisingly enough, when X and Y actually came out, I chose Chespin as my starter.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
did.
mean, if you don't know the ending of Evolutions too, I think that makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, I was actually kind of happy about it. It wasn't too bad, and starter is a starter. So I have kind of a connection to it. I mean, after that, everything evolved to just having a Froakie and Greninja just because of Ash
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
Froakie's just top tier that
Yeah,
gen.
but I used it through my playthrough and all that. However, it is what it is when it comes down to it. So, it's a brand new shiny. They're finally bringing starters back into the fray, and by the looks of it, we're starting to understand their pattern of how to release new shiny starters from here on out. Mostly because we don't have that many left to go forward or look forward to. We have new ones, thanks to Scarlet and Violet, but it's kind of one of those things in the end of the day. So, but Chespin, brand new Pokemon Shiny, introduced into Pokemon Go. We had them for quite a while. I think over a year now, way over a year now, actually. But that also means that the other two starters will have its evolutions and shinies released into Pokemon Go next year. So that's
Shiny
exciting.
Greninja.
If you think about it, it's gonna be a 1 month off, 1 month on through the starters. So Chespin first, then and a month off. So in February, probably for Go Tour. Then we'll have probably Fennekin. Yeah, Fennekin will be the next one after that. Um, then another month off. So that's January, February, March, April, May, and then it looks like June is the month that we'll have it.
Okay, that sounds right.
No, May. Looks like May is when we have Rocky, which is technically the last one. But
Yeah, that's a good birthday present. Shiny Greninja.
that's for you. Anyways, but yeah, that's going to be interesting now to say the least. It is exciting to finally see starters again. Hopefully next year is gonna be a little more stacked when it comes to actual shinies for Community
Oof.
Day. But it's only gonna be for so many months. They're always gonna have some Pokemons that we're gonna be like, why are you putting this Pokemon in Community Day? But yeah, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Chespin, exciting, very exciting actually. So remember Saturday, September 7th to 5 p.m., which is still the winter time, so that's why they want us to play in the nighttime. Or close to the nighttime, anyways. But yeah, that's pretty cool. First community day of the year is here. All right, Chris, let's get good, get right. Here we go, Chris. So starting off with GVL, we have transitioned into the Ultra League and the Ultra Premier Classic, which again, guys, the Classic Cups will be going away after this season. I haven't really done much GVL since then, anyways. So
Haven't done any.
yeah, so it's kind of one of those things in the other day. The only ones I done is probably because of the research that I had to do it
Yeah,
anyways.
if I wasn't working so much, I probably would, but I'll be honest. A lot of times GBL just makes me angry.
That's true. That's true. Then we had some faction updates. So we did go over our second week of factions, which unfortunately did not go well for our team this week.
It was a rough one.
It was another rough one. We didn't lose like a big deficit, but we did lose regardless. However, once again, it's a learning experience. I did not get demolished or swept this one, so I'm kind of praying that the next one is kind of good, anyways.
It will be another tough one, I think, when we get back from the break,
Oh no!
but I think we'll be fine. Don't worry about
Wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait.
No,
Anyway,
we belong in bronze.
right?
And I don't mean that in a mean way.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of practice and things like that. We just need to stay focused. We have a couple of weeks to break. We'll come back at the beginning of next year for more break, for more news and updates on that. But hopefully, we'll bring you guys into a beginning of the year wins and all that. And it's a comeback for Switch Masters.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
love
I
it. We
just
love
need
it.
to do a little trade with Pure Ladder. Gotta keep it a little sneaky just in case any enemies are
Dun,
listening.
dun, dun. Anyways, but yeah, so that will be interesting once we actually get to that. But fractions with a break. We'll probably won't talk much about it next week, just because there will be nothing to really talk about next week about that. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm excited for Glacian. I'm excited for Kyurem with Glaciate. So hopefully that will actually have some impact in some leaks out here and there. But we'll see
Yeah,
how it
it's
goes.
always good to see ice types thriving.
Yeah, I do need extra large candy for my Hondo that I got, so I eventually have to go forward with it. But yeah, before we go and before we actually, this is the anything else, Chris, because I know that this is what we actually almost end this year. We have a quick announcement from both of us here,
Oh yeah.
which will be kind of fun because this is the first time Chris and I will be making the trip. And you guys know we'll probably at this point what we're talking about the Go Tour Las Vegas Hoenn happening in February. Chris and I have decided that we'll be going to that. We're getting all the plans here ready. We got our plane tickets, I think. I got mine. I don't know about Chris.
I'll be purchasing them. What's today? I'll be purchasing them tomorrow probably because that's when my friend's getting his money.
Cool. So yeah, we'll be actually be attending for the first time as the two halves of the Purified podcast. So if you guys wanna talk to us or interact with us, we'll definitely be there. We'd love to
Take a
hear you guys.
picture.
Yeah, we'll be there. It's kind of fun. I wish in the future, and hopefully if Niantic is listening to this, please to Niantic to really sponsor us. But it is what it is when it comes down to it. But yeah, it will be cool if you guys will there. If you guys are gonna go, let us know. Tweet it at us, anything like that. We're just getting things started and getting ready. It's gonna be an expensive trip, but it's gonna be a fun one. So
Dude, yeah, Gen 3, favorite gen, had to make the trip.
oh yeah, definitely. And it's Las Vegas, so how can you not have fun there? Anyways, but yeah, anything else to cover, Chris?
I do want to mention, while we are not doing Pokemining, I do want to mention what one of the things that was Pokemon that you kind of reminded me of talking about Kyurem.
Yeah.
That they mined the special moves for Zekrom and Reshiram. So that indicates we're probably going to be seeing them next too, which isn't a big surprise.
If they do it the way that I think they're doing it, if they're gonna keep the excitement going for January all the way to February, they'll probably try to do some tiny introduction to the fusion part. But I'm not giving my hopes up until after Go Tour.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're probably gonna have us see each of them separately, and then maybe we'll get a chance to combine them on our own. I don't know. The fusion part of it's kind of weirding me out for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when they do announce it, and it's not like it's impossible because I mean we do have the Pokemons. We just need to know how to fuse them. That's basically the
Yeah,
mechanic of it. It's gonna be the same with so Galio and Lulana fused with the Crossma anyway. So it's gonna be interesting
yeah,
when you see that.
yeah. We're
Anyways.
getting a lot of Pokemon that can fuse
Yeah,
actually.
it's gonna start. It's beginning to look like fusions. Anyways, but yeah, thank you so much for listening, everybody. You can always check us out in the podcast services feeds: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. All those places. If you can leave us a review, we would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. If the 5 stars is always a good start. But anyways, don't forget to check us out on our social media: Purified Podcast, or at Purified Podcast for Twitter. Pure Let It Go for myself, PKMN Trigger Please for your boy Chris here. You can always email us anything to the purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. And you can also join our Discord. It's free. And you're always welcome to it. We always discuss things Pokemon Go or any other types of games that we like to talk about here and there. And yeah, don't forget to check us out at purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. Always a pleasure to work with them every single time. So, Chris, take us away for the night.
Okay, bye guys. No, I'm kidding. I hope everybody has a very happy holiday, even if you do not celebrate. And I hope you guys are able to get whatever you want out of this event, whatever you want out of the next couple events. And, keep grinding out there, keep catching, keep having fun. We got a lot of friends and family out there. Uh, and, spend time with them and have some fun. See you guys next week, guys. Peace.
Keep wishing, keep purifying them. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you guys next week for the final episode of the Purified podcast for the year. So, I mean, we're not going anywhere. But yeah, have a good night, guys.